Hello and thank you for watching today's unboxing and assembly video. In today's video, we're going to unbox and assemble the Pride Mobility ZT10 mobility scooter. It's one of the few mobility scooters that has two motors, and it allows it to turn as sharp as a three-wheel scooter while providing the stability of a four-wheel scooter. It can handle up to 400 pounds, and it can travel up to 7 miles per hour with a travel range of 24 miles. We're going to leave the spec sheet here on the screen for a little while. Feel free to go back to it at any time. To get started, all you're going to need is either a knife or something sharp like a pair of scissors to cut the pallet straps. This box will arrive on a wooden pallet. We removed it from the wooden pallet to bring it inside, but you will need to cut those pallet straps and then cut the tape along the edges of the box to begin opening the box. Once the box is fully open, you're going to notice that there are some big styrofoam blocks, and one of them all the way to one side is going to contain the user manual, the safety sheet, the battery charger, and a couple of components which we're showing you now. Don't throw away any of the packaging for at least 5 days just in case you need to return your product. As you can see, it comes with a 24-volt, 3.5 amp XLR charger made for sealed lead-acid batteries. Here's the package with the user manual. Inside of that package, there's a separate package with two sets of keys, with two keys in it. We'll put that to the side now and just begin to remove the giant pieces of styrofoam blocks that are in there. These scooters come very well protected. What we're doing now is we're lifting up the plastic sheeting that goes around the tiller assembly and trying to find the lever that allows you to lift up the tiller assembly. We're going to show you that lever, but it's basically right on the back side of the steering column towards the top. There's a big lever. You can't miss it. It's right there. And if you lift it up, it allows you to change the position of the tiller, which can also be used to tilt it forward or tilt it back to bring the handlebars closer to you or further away from you when you're riding the scooter. And we'll show you that in a little while. Now we're just going to go ahead and remove the giant piece of styrofoam that was kind of wedged in between the floorboard and the tiller assembly now that the tiller is raised up. Underneath that piece of styrofoam, you'll also find the front basket, which we'll show you how to install next. We're just removing the excess pieces of cardboard and styrofoam and basically getting ready to remove the scooter from the box. Now there is a giant plastic bag wrapped around the base, which we're just kind of putting that plastic bag off to the side so we could show you the braking levers. There are two motors on this scooter, so there are two yellow levers as opposed to one like most scooters. Make sure that those two yellow levers are in the neutral position so that you can roll the scooter out of the box. Now, when you're going to use the scooter with the batteries, you need to have it in the drive position, both of those yellow levers, or else the scooter will not work. And we'll go over that in just a bit. What we're doing now is cutting out the front of the box with our box cutter. This is actually the way you're supposed to take it out of the box so you don't have to lift the heavy, almost 200-pound scooter out of the box and deadlift it. So what you do is you cut the front out so that you don't have to deadlift it out of the box. Instead, you just cut the front lips out of the box and lay it forward as shown here. And then what you want to do is grab the front handle on the front side of the scooter, lift the scooter up, and pull out that styrofoam block that's acting as a wheel cradle so that you can roll it out of the box. Now in the back, there is a handle in the rear. Just go ahead and grab the rear of the scooter by the frame and lift up so that you can roll it right out. And if you have the bag kind of dropped around the wheels, you should be able to roll it right out of the bag too, like we did. Now that the scooter's out of the box, we're gonna make some room, clean up the mess that we made, and we're just gonna give you a little walkthrough to show you just how stunning this mobility scooter really is. It's one of the newest models. It really has a modern design, very modern LED light package, and it just has a very sporty look to it. So we're going to go ahead and get started now with the front basket. As you can see on the back of the basket, there are two plates which have a little bit of room for those 4 sets of hooks to slide right into. So you just line up those 2 sets of hooks and make sure that they fit right underneath those rails, and then just push down. To remove it, you just push that little tab and then lift straight up. The next thing we're going to do now is remove the little plastic sheet that's attached to the seat post with a rubber band. And next we're going to remove the battery cover. It's actually a shroud cover. It's just a big black panel that goes over the batteries. The batteries do come disconnected when it arrives for safety and shipping regulation purposes. we're going to go ahead and unbuckle the battery strap and show you that the batteries come pre-wired to the terminals, but there's a little connector on each end of the positive and negative wire kits, and those white and black harness connectors will need to plug into the scooter. So again, the terminals are connected, but the black and white clips are not plugged into the scooter. So go ahead and locate the sticker. It's we're holding number 4 here, and there's a green plug that says number 4, as well as the other white and black cable that says number 5. We're going to match it up with the number 5 label to plug it into those 2 ports. So make sure you connect them the right way, as we're showing you here. Just plug them in. Make sure that the white side's on the white side, the black side's on the black side, and that the numbers match up with the stickers. Now you want to make sure that the wire harnesses are not really sprung up. You want to push them down a little bit and use the strap to push them down. You want to keep a really low profile so that those wires don't get in the way of the battery cover when you go to reinstall it. So we're just buckling in the battery strap here, making sure everything's nice and secure, putting the terminal connectors back on that we showed you earlier. They just use a nut and bolt style terminal connector. And on the front of the battery cover, you're going to notice that there is a little set of grooves and little notches that you'll want to line up on the floorboard of the scooter first. And there's also 2 extra sets of notches on each side that you'll want to make sure that they line up with the holes on the floorboard as well. Now there is a little circuit breaker switch there at the bottom near the base. It's that little bubble. So if you do notice that your scooter's not working, go ahead and hit that breaker switch. Now what we're doing is putting the 2 drive switches into drive mode. So when you go to push the scooter manually now, it will not roll manually. So if it is pushing, if you are able to push it around freely, just keep in mind that when you go to power on your scooter, it's not going to work. It's just going to beep 5 times. When your scooter beeps 5 times in a row, if you look at the troubleshooting guide in your user manual, you're going to notice that that just means that your automatic brakes are not engaged. So go ahead and put those 2 yellow levers in the drive position, restart the scooter, and it should work just fine. So now we're just fast forwarding through to show you that in the box with the seat, which is shipped in a separate box, you're going to have the seat, the armrest brackets, and the armrests themselves. We're going to show you how to install all of that now. So with the seat itself, there's going to be a male connector on the bottom of the seat, which will line up with that seat post and just drop it straight in. Once the seat's installed, you'll want to go ahead and begin installing the armrests. The armrests work pretty easily. There are a set of 90-degree elbows. Those 90-degree elbows need to slide into the sleeves. So you'll want to start off by pulling out the pin and loosening the tension adjustment knob on one side. You can rotate the seat to make this easier, and we're doing that now to show you from a better view how those safety pins kind of pull out and the tension adjustment knobs are going to be loosened up so that we can put the 90-degree angle into the rail. After that, you want to just go ahead and grab the armrest itself and drop it into the 90-degree bracket. Now we're going to show you how to adjust the height in just a moment, but first we're going to just finish installing the other armrest on the other side. Again, we're going to start with the 90-degree bracket. We'll need to remove that quick release pin and loosen the tension adjustment knob so that the 90-degree rail can actually slide in. So now that it's loosened up, you can see it slides in. We took out the quick release pin, and we're just going to line up the holes on the armrest 90-degree rail so that we can put that quick release pin back in. That's how you're going to adjust the width of the armrest. There are several different pre-drilled holes on those 90-degree brackets, so you can move the armrest in or out to make the distance between the armrest either wider or more narrow, depending on the user's preference. There is a 1-inch universal hitch receiver port on the back of the chair too, which can be used to mount a rear basket. You can do an oxygen tank holder, walker holder, cane holder, and many other universal accessories. There's also an additional lever that can be used not just to rotate the seat, but to also slide the seat forward and backwards. So the lever on the right side is used to rotate the seat 360 degrees, but you also have a lever on the left to adjust the depth of the seat. Now we're going to move on to showing you how to adjust the height. You can raise the height up pretty far, but you don't want to set it too low. Otherwise, the armrest will not flip up. As you can see, you need about 1 inch of clearance to allow the armrest to flip up. So we're going to show you now how to tighten those armrests. There is a little set screw on the side of the 90-degree bracket. You'll need an Allen key to go ahead and tighten that. and this is how you're going to adjust the height. Make sure that Allen key set screw is pretty tight so that the armrests don't wiggle around and it's pretty secure. Over time, you may notice that those set screws become a little loose, and you may need to retighten it in the future. As you're riding around, depending on what kind of terrain you go on, things start to shake a little bit and get loose over time. So just make sure you keep that Allen key handy if you have your own set. Now we're just showing you how to adjust the tiller. You use that lever, you can bring it forward, pull it back. There's also a cup holder and a little storage area underneath that. And there's actually a USB charging port next to the main charging port for the scooter, which is pretty convenient if you want to charge your cell phone while driving your mobility scooter for long distances. Now we're just going to grab the keys out of the bag with the user manual. Remember, read your user manual in its entirety before operating the mobility scooter to ensure that you're using your mobility scooter correctly and safely. Now the ignition's on the right side, just under the handlebars. There's a sticker covering it. You'll want to remove that sticker and just put the key in and give it a slight turn clockwise, and you'll notice that the unit turns on. If it starts beeping, make sure to check your brake levers. We're just showing you here there are some switches for the lights, a speed control knob, and you also have another switch for the hazard lights and the headlights. So there's a couple of different lights which we're going to show you here. There's a horn, which is pretty good. Great to let people know you're coming up from behind them. There's also turn signals, which will show you how they look. They're very nice turn signal lights, actually. Now, this scooter can be used with one hand. You can use your right hand by pulling back or pushing forward on the right-handed control lever for the throttle. Alternatively, you can use your left hand, but the controls will be inverted. So if you push forward with your left hand, it'll go forward. If you pull back with your left hand, it'll go back. Now here are the front headlights, which, like I said, this scooter is very modern. It has a very impressive light kit that kind of pulse the turn signals and the front lights starting from the middle outwards, which is a very unique feature, not really seen in any other mobility scooter that I've been able to review. Now we're also going to show you that there is an under storage light right underneath the handlebar. So if you need to go through your wallet or pocketbook at nighttime when it's dark, you can use that to light up the bottom of the handlebar assembly to see what you're doing. As you can see, the rear turning signals and hazard lights also pulse outwards from the middle. So you have your turning signals, your hazard lights, and then your running lights, which can be used as well during the nighttime. Overall, this scooter is very impressive. The light kit is unmatched by any other mobility scooter that I've seen. Now we're going to show you that this scooter's turning ability is the best in its class. There are no other heavy-duty mobility scooters that can handle up to 400 pounds and still turn as sharp as a compact three-wheel mobility scooter. The ZT10 comes with two motors, so the back two wheels will actually go in the opposite direction of each other when turning completely. Unlike the Victory Sport LX, which is another heavy-duty four-wheel mobility scooter that can hold 400 pounds, that only has one motor, and it doesn't have the features that allow it to turn as sharp as a three-wheel scooter. As you can see, we're almost barely able to do a complete circle in the showroom here, unlike the ZT10. Now, the ZT10 is great for indoors due to its sharp turning ability, but it's also great for outdoors. You can go on grass no problem, and it goes pretty quick, again, 7 miles per hour. All in all, this scooter is fantastic. We highly recommend it for indoor or outdoor use. We offer it for sale tax-free. Shipping is free at mobilitydirect.com. Please visit our website to learn more. And if you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Post any questions that you might have in the comments section below. And if you want to get notified when new videos come out just like this one, be sure to visit our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. Also enable notifications and you will get notified when new videos are released. We're constantly making awesome videos like this. We appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.